Hello guys, it's Peter from PS Sounds, and let me introduce you the next project I'm working on right now. This Subaru Impreza is going to get a proper show build, kinda SQL with a touch of SQ for everyday driving. The car belongs to someone who, I've never met anyone like him. Such a genuinely nice guy, and he deserves a finished project more than, I don't want to say more than anyone, because everyone deserves a dream system, but he's been through so much shit in his life that it's a privilege to work on his car. He's had it for 12 years or so. It's never been finished. Well, as far as I know, it's never had a finished audio system in it, but air ride is in it, proper body kit. The car just looks monster. It's beautiful. And so now my part is to finish the audio. The whole interior is being retrimmed as we speak. So as soon as he gets all the trim panels and everything, then we are going to fit everything in the cabin. There's literally nothing in it right now. The doors were also built with speakers in them by someone else before. They look pretty good. I'm interested what they are going to be like once I see them, but from pictures they look really nice. So the plan is that there's going to be a dual mid-bass 3-way setup in the front doors, and a single mid-bass 3-way in the rear doors, or Vibe Audio C-Van range that's going to run passive. So 4 doors run passive. So that's going to be 4 channels, and another two channels are going to be used for a pair of wide bands on the A-pillars, just to have a bit of SQ touch to the system. As the system is going to run active with the DSP, we can have different presets. So the car is going to have like a pure SQ setup when the doors turn into just dedicated mid-bass, and then the wide bands are going to cover the rest of the range. And then we can create another preset where, the doors play full range, doors open, kind of show style. And then let me introduce you what we are doing, what craziness we are doing in the trunk. So the car was already dynamited, a single layer all around, done pretty well, but I will have to add a little bit more because we are putting in 2 18-inch FI subs in a trunk baffle. So the trunk will be used properly by the subs, but we are planning to kind of have the trunk open when the car is at a show. So the design of the trunk build is going to be proper show style, and then the subs will also run as a true IB configuration when the trunk lid is open. Well, the trunk lid is going to be actually swapped to a full carbon trunk lid. I'm interested how that's going to handle the bass, but I don't think he's going to crank it when he drives that much. And as I said, once it's at a show, it should be fine once it's open. So the plan is to have the baffle running across walling that area. As you see, I've already fitted the inserts on the top. There are 6 inserts, 2 there, 2 there, which didn't seem to be strong enough because it's a single layer sheet metal, whereas over there on each side it's double layer. So I added 1 at each side, so now we have 6 points on the top to secure the baffle, and then I have 1 there. Where's the next one? It's so dark. 1 there. So there are 4 points, fitted rev nuts into the chassis at the bottom, which gives us 10 mounting points with metric inserts. So that's going to hold the baffle in place properly. It's way trickier than in most cars due to having that bloody rod running across over there, which shouldn't be an issue if let's say we were using 15-inch subs, because then the baffle shouldn't go anywhere further up than that, but we had to go literally all the way up to the ceiling to give enough space for the 18s. Literally, there's zero tolerance. As soon as I put the baffle in, you will see that it's super tight. It was a bit crazy to go with the 18s, to be fair. And actually, we had ordered the subs before I could measure the car. So I kind of asked the owner to measure himself, and then I was like, yeah, do it. I'll make it happen. What could go wrong? So yeah, let's see what the baffle is like. Well, actually, it might be easier to show it when it's on the bench, because it gives you a bit more idea about how complex it was. From the front side, that you're gonna see from the trunk, it looks simple. But yeah, what's behind it is the crazy bit. So we are having 3 layers of 3/4 of an inch MDF. I'm talking bullshit, plywood. So that's going to be sturdy enough to keep the baffle, solid and prevent any flex. And then the back side, turn it around. So yeah, this is where it looks a bit rough, especially on the top. As you see, now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus another 1/2 inch MDF. So yeah, it's pretty thick, and all these little gaps, drop downs, cutouts, and everything else is here because I had to follow whatever is in the trunk over there, give clearance for that rod, little brackets and everything else. So yeah, it looks a bit kinda messy, but yeah, it was for the obvious reasons. So these are the mounting points where the bolts run through into those rib nuts on the top. And then at the bottom, actually, I bolted this piece in. So underneath this piece, I have the 2 bolting points here and there. And then there's one over there and one on the other side. This piece is here to seal the gap at the bottom, because around the middle area of the baffle, the spare wheel bar goes further along than the baffle, so there was a gap underneath it. So once the baffle is in, this piece is gonna be put in place, bolted down, and then it's a dual layer. I'm gonna have 10mm closed cell foam underneath it. That's gonna be crushed to the chassis because it's not even. So that's gonna seal it completely. The only gaps we will have is here on the side where the cables can run through. Once the cables are through, everything is wired up, then I can seal those gaps as well. And then these little blocks seal the extra little holes that I had. But yeah, once this baffle goes in, there's going to be closed cell foam on all the edges, everywhere, all around, at the bottom, on the top. This is going to sit against the cross beam, and then the bolts are going to pull it in and seal everything nice and airtight. Alright, so now the baffle is in place, and as you see, there's absolutely nothing on the top. It's literally nothing, and the sub has 0 tolerance. Literally, it's touching the bottom and it reaches all the way up to the top of the baffle. They are so huge. Someone was commenting on one of the posts I shared on Facebook earlier that, I wish I had that height in my trunk. Because yes, in some cars it's absolutely impossible to put an 18 in like this. Also, we are going to have the magnets facing towards the back, which takes space away from the trunk, but as it's going to be a show car, the trunk is not going to be used for everyday life. It doesn't have to be practical, but it's going to look cool. If we wanted to have the magnets facing towards the cabin, then what could be done is that I would have to make the baffle so thick, probably twice as thick, another 3 layers, to give enough depth for the basket not to reach that top section. Then that way, yes, we would gain a bit of space and the baffle would be stupidly thick as well. But yeah, we decided that we would go with the magnets facing the trunk. Yeah, some people ask, you know, if there's any difference between which way the sub is facing, but honestly, there's nothing really, other than some subs can have mechanical noise. You know, when they do high excursion, they can have sort of chuffing noise from the magnet, anything like that. If that concerns you, then yeah, probably don't face the magnet towards the cabin if you have a big opening, because you will hear it. But these subs are pretty good. But as I said, you know, the magnets will be in the trunk anyway. But other than that, it really doesn't matter. So all those little sides, as you see, they follow the contour of the trunk. Little piece also fills the gap that I had over there. The same on the other side. Unfortunately, the trunk is not symmetrical, so it needed a bit more work to do everything literally step by step, every single little piece. But yeah, at least it's nice and solid. Also, I had to make sure that distance from the back of the trunk is the same at each side. The baffle is completely vertical because the baffle is going to be the reference point for the rest of the trunk build, where we are planning to have a monoblock down in the spare wheel well with spare battery, probably distribution blocks for the power, and then another huge 6-channel amplifier. Yeah, both amplifiers are wipe and they were supplied by the client. All that I'm supplying really is a DSP. That's going to be a Zapco DSP4 Mark II, the widebands for the A-pillars, and I chose these subs for this application. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting system. Oh yeah, and of course air ride is coming back in. All the airlines are already in. There was a build in it for the tank and the compressor and everything else, but I had to strip everything out to make sure that we can fit everything the way we want it with the audio. So we will have smaller tanks at each side with one compressor for each tank, and then I will have to figure out where I put the management system, probably over there in that cavity, because that side is slightly bigger than this side. That's where the fuel cap is. So yeah, this is now close to a 3-day progress, which doesn't look like, you know, it's much, but it needed a lot of measuring. And as you see, this is hardcore, you know, custom. It cannot be done in a day. If someone says that, you know, bish bash bash, can put it together in a day, you know, use rev nuts and machine bolts everywhere, then yeah, never believe that. That's just impossible. So guys, if you like what you've seen, please feel free to share it and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Also, go to the playlist. This video is going to be also added to the trunk baffle setups. There are a few more videos where I showed different trunk baffle setups. Plus there's another playlist showing true IB setups. Well, I think the only one that's in it is my personal car, where the subs breathe through the bottom of the spare wheel straight to the outside space. Yeah, that's a bit more bonkers, but yeah, other than that, let me know what you think about it, and hopefully I can talk to you very soon. Take care. And I'm back again. Oh, the video is not over. Well, I thought that I would finish the video over there, but that was weeks ago. Not much happened to the car since, because it's summer, holiday time. We agreed with the owner that I would work on the car as and when, and now I'm going away again for a few days, but as soon as I come back, this car has to be pushed out by the end of the month, by the end of August. He will be with me as well to help with the interior and other things, but I'll show you what's happening in the trunk right now. Yeah, there's a bit more in it, as you see now. 6-channel lamp that's going to run the doors, and a 2-inch on the dash. Monoblock under it, you can still see it, access to it, all the fuse boards, easy access again, the extra battery, and then everything is symmetric, compressor, tank, each side, management in there. and the processor is going to be there, kind of floating with really fancy panels coming. It's going to be definitely different than what I normally do, you know, to have side panels covering everything. It's not going to be like that, and we are planning to have a really cool looking theme to the build. So yeah, the next video should be exciting. So yeah, this is now the end of the video. So guys, let me know what you think, whether you like the direction this build is going to, and hopefully I can talk to you very, very soon. Take care.